Hello and welcome back to the Squirrel Heat YouTube channel, and this is my quick update from the 2-0 victory we've just had against Huddersfield in the fourth pre-season friendly that we've just had. And what a game that pretty much had everything in it that we could have had. We had Liverpool losing so much possession, it was unreal. We scored 2 goals. Grujic scoring one on the 31st minute. Pretty good goal, taps it in after it rebounds off the keeper or off the defence, and then Alberto Moreno converts a penalty. Not one of the first people I would have had as a penalty taker for Liverpool, but it went in, absolutely fantastic. Coutinho missed a penalty, unfortunate in that area, but then Matip was ruled out of this game, just as a precaution I think, so he's fresh for the American Tour, the International Champions Cup. And Lucas is brought in defence, no problem with that. He's played there last season and he was okay. Until he gets a hamstring injury. These bloody hamstring injuries need to fuck off, I tell you what. So then we bring on our reserve goalkeeper, Shamal George I think his name is, who then goes up top. And he actually played not too bad. He didn't really know what he was doing up there. Played a good dinked pass over to Markovic. I can't remember who it was actually. It might have been Danny Ings. And it didn't go through. He looked like he was trying to put himself about, but Jesus Christ. I mean, this is why, if anyone ever questions why we got Ragnar Klavan, I think his name is, I can't really remember how to say his second name, whoops. If anyone ever questions why we brought him in, this is things like this, backup cover. We still haven't got Sacco, we still haven't got Gomez, so we do have quite a few defenders to choose from eventually when everybody's fit, and that's going to be awesome. But let's put credit where credit was due. Huddersfield made it a difficult game, which is what we needed, to be fair. Now, we kept a clean sheet, which was pretty miraculous at times, but credit to Karius, and obviously the makeshift defence that was put in place. They did actually perform quite well, so I'm quite happy with that. Obviously a bit shaky at times. We lost a lot of possession, but maybe that is also due to the toughness of the opposition that was put together. They did some harsh-ass tackles. There was actually an iffy moment at the end with Danny Ings when he went down. Klopp had his hands on his head, didn't look too sure what was going on. Hopefully everything there is all right, because I'd be gutted if Danny Ings ended up out injured again. But generally, not too bad. Mane and Firmino and stuff were connecting again, but they still need to be producing a little bit more for me, Mane especially. But obviously this is only pre-season. We're going to kick it hopefully into higher gear during the International Champions Cup. Who else have we got? Lovren, pretty solid. Moreno, not too bad. Converted the penalty, pretty happy with that. Grujic, unbelievable. I thought he was really good, put himself about really, really well. But near the end of the second half, we were starting to lose a bit of control of possession in the game anyway. So it looked like we were going to struggle in that department anyway. So that's pretty much all I've got, really. Like, we've got the next couple of games that are going to be absolutely crucial, because we're coming into the International Champions Cup, and I think our first opponents on the 28th of July, looking at it right now, is against Chelsea. Now, we did it against Chelsea last season, I think in the first game anyway, one of the first big games that Klopp had, came out 3-1. Let's hope we can do something there, and we've maybe hopefully got a couple of our internationals back as well from the England team. Sunday, 31st of July, we've then got AC Milan, which I'm hoping we can do some good damage there, or at least get a good solid performance and start actually by this point bringing around who the first team players are going to be near the start of the season. In between all that, we've then got the 2nd of August against Roma, which will be pretty interesting because Roma have got a pretty solid team. And then on the 6th of August is going to be the biggest test down at Wembley. Liverpool versus Barcelona. I'll do a review on that one, especially probably the International Champions Cup in general, because they're bigger teams. We're probably going to be putting more like a first 11 out that we would have in the Premier League and such like that. So I'll do more of a preview, give you a bit of a taste of what I'll be doing in the actual Premier League season itself. And then we finish up Sunday the 7th of August against Mainz. So, I mean, and then obviously it's not when really not far away from the start of the Premier League season. So excited. What are you guys feeling? Because I was pretty nervous watching that game tonight, but obviously I've got to take into consideration it is pre-season. Maybe we should have conceded a goal to see how the teams react. But the fact that we've been pretty solid at the back, I'm quite happy with that. Much more solid than in recent seasons, recent pre-seasons as well. So let's see how we get on in the International Champions Cup. I'll do a preview of that, most likely to drop on the Wednesday night ahead of the Chelsea game, and probably mainly do that as well for some of the other games of like who we've got available, who will be actually be able to be picked in the squad, and what we'll do on the night. But let me know, let me know what you guys thought of the game tonight. What have you thought of pre-season so far? Who stood out for you in pre-season so far as well? For me, Marko Grujic has stood out like not a sore thumb, but he stood out very, very well. Looks like someone who could slot straight into that first team quite happily. Along the sides of Woodburn, Ejaria, I think if I'm saying his name right, all those types of people, Kent, all the youngsters, Alex Arnold as well, or Alexander Arnold, whichever. Danny Ings as well has done really well. Fingers crossed he isn't injured. But let me know what you've thought as well. I'm very excited still to see how we do against the upcoming, Chelsea, AC Milan, Roma, Barcelona. How are we going to do against the big boys of all the other leagues? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've liked the video, please drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch you later.